Hello guys, welcome to another edition of this do-it-yourself channel. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you're having problems with the door actuator. This is a very common problem for these vehicles, especially when they're getting older. Now, I had previously made another video in which I had to remove the rivets out. Now there are some videos out there saying that you don't have to remove the rivets, that you can remove the whole assembly at once without removing the rivets. So on this video I am specifically removing the doors without doing the rivets to see and compare which one it was harder. Now if you cannot open the door, you might want to bang the door on the frame on the outside, a couple of bangs, and then after that you might be able to open the door. This is because you have to reset a little arm that is inside. That's when it start giving up. That little arm, it doesn't reset all the way. So the first thing we gotta do is remove this trim. You might be able to pull it out with your hands, but if you cannot, you may want to use one of those plastic um, shims. I do not have one. I have one of those not sharp knives, and I know there's a lot of people that is gonna be complaining, that's not professional, but that's the whole point, that I am not professional. This is do it at home, and sometimes you have to improvise things, and I don't have the plastic shim to take that trim out. But anyhow, yes, we have to take that trim in order to remove some bolts that are located inside those trims. Just keep trying slowly until, see how it's separating? Well, now you can pull it with your hands. Once you pull it with your hands, you can see those metal clips they attach to the frame right there. Make sure right there is where the bolts are at. We got to remove those bolts out of there. Those two. We're going to find out which size of Torx wrench, because he uses a torque wrench to remove them. Okay guys, so when we remove this trim, it's time to remove this part of the armrest on the bottom, and you can also do it by hand, maybe. If not, see those has pins right there. I like this type of knife because although it's made out of metal, they're not sharp. But yeah, you can do it. Yeah, there you go. When you hear that pop, it doesn't mean that it broke. And then on the bottom, kind of like so instead of trying to bend it like that, once you got the tops, then you push it through the bottom out. There you go, just like that. And it came out. Why we remove this? Because we have some bolts that we gotta remove from here. Right in here. And another one right here. Another one right there. And we just gotta remove quite a few of them, so that way we can take the door panel out. Also, we're gonna take this trim, the corner one, just to make it easier for the door panel to come out. And we're getting there. We do not have to remove this trim right here. Don't try to take it off. You're gonna break the whole thing. And also you don't have to remove the door opener handle. This is about the only things that we have to remove, so that way the door can come out. All right, well, let's get it on. I got in here at T27, and we're gonna start removing the bolts. The magnet will work really good on these cases, and I got one. Okay, I got it out, and I'm just gonna put it right here on the side. And I'm gonna start seeing if the bolts are the same size, so that way, if they are the same size, well, you don't have to worry about it. But if they're not the same size, well, yeah, you know what to do. And I'm gonna go ahead and start taking the other one off. And let's see if it's out. I think I got the other one out. Put the magnet. And this one, it looks pretty much the same size. Okay. So let's get to the next one, which is right here. And I'm gonna get it out. They're all basically the same size. And let me see what else do I got. I got another one right here. You know, I know the door panel varies from Porsche to Porsche. So this is an 06. So I believe it goes from 2004 all the way to 2010, something like that. But you still gotta do your own research on that. And let me see if I got some more bolts. I believe there's 2 on the bottom. I'm not quite sure, but I do believe so. Yeah, I have 2 on the bottom right here, and we're gonna go ahead and remove it. See, they're not T27s. They're a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna find out what it is. This one right here, a T20, will do the trick. And another one right there. Let's get it out. Okay, so I believe we got all the bolts out. Now it's just a matter of popping out the panel. And here it's a good idea to buy some pins. Sometimes they break off. It'll be nice to have a plastic pray bar, but I don't have it. This is what I have at home, and I'm gonna try to do it very careful. And I'm gonna try to look for the pins, where the pins are at, and I'm gonna try to grab it from the pin, you know, from the pin itself. And that's how I'm gonna be going all the way around. I got the side out. See, I'm doing it very, very careful. See, once you pop out some you might be able to do it just with your hand, like with a quick here goes one pin broken, but it's okay. I'm gonna order some more. And yeah, so I was able to get it all the way around. See, one pin came out. It doesn't look broken, but it did came out. So, and now it's just a matter of trying to lift the door, just like that. Lift it and pull it out. That's how it comes out. And the reason you gotta lift it is because these edges, it goes right here inside. As far as the door goes in here, you gotta push these little pins right here and pull out. See? There you go, just like that. And then this thing, it just comes out. That's real easy. We have two more things to disconnect. The stereo speaker, or the stereo speakers. Both. Here goes one. You gotta do is just push it and pull it out. And where's the other one? And this one right here. One is for the light. But I was thinking that wait, there's another one down here. Okay, gotta disconnect this. That's for the bottom light. It is disconnected. And then I have this other one right here. Which is for the little red light. So from this wire, I have a couple of wires that goes to the light and everything, but I decided to disconnect it from here. It was too much hassle to disconnect it from over there. I'm just gonna disconnect it and you got the whole thing out. And you don't have to worry about disconnecting the light and the other one, so which I did, but it was a mistake. So don't do that, just take it from there. Okay guys, now we got the panel off. We got the whole panel off. And let's continue on. So on my previous video, what I did is I got the rivets out, and to me it wasn't that big of a deal because I know how to work on rivets. But this time we're gonna take the whole assembly as one. I know it is possible. We have to remove quite a few bolts in there, and then the whole unit comes as one. Little broken piece in here, and at least let's see how that comes out. That's how easy it is. I have not done it that way, but we'll figure it out, and I'll let you know at the end if it was easier for me to do it this way or the rivets out. Okay, so let's get it done. Before I continue, guys, I'm gonna put all the bolts that belongs to the door on one little Ziploc bag, and that way I know that this bag, it belongs to the door itself. I don't get confused. Now for the next step, we're gonna use a T30, a Torx 30, which I have it right here, and we're gonna go ahead and start removing all those bolts out of here. And I'm not gonna record everything, but you got all these bolts: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bolts for the door itself, and then I'll tell you what else to remove. Okay, so let's get it done. Also, we have to remove these 3 bolts that it holds the mirror, and it's also a T30, and we're gonna remove all 3 of them. Remember, we have to take the whole assembly as a whole, and I just want to record this in the size. They're different from the ones on the door, so all you have to do is remember that those 3, they belong to the the mirror. And the mirror can fall off, but that's the only way to separate the now we have to come to the side of in here, and we also have to remove yeah, we're gonna have to remove the handle. The handle, we gotta remove this little cover and take this off, so that way we can remove that. Alright guys, so for this door to come out, we have to remove the bolts for the actuator, and there is another one right here on the back of the door, I believe, that we have to remove also, so that way might not, but anyway. So I'm using a T40 right here. This is a 12 pointer, but I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm gonna try. So I'm gonna remove the bolt, the one that is in here. This uses a T45. A T45. Now these ones, they're a 12 pointer. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find that, but I'll figure out how to remove it. I don't want to mess up the inside by using the wrong. Okay, so this one came out. And now we're gonna try to remove those. I'm gonna see how. Alright guys, so to remove these, I decided to use a pair of channel locks, and I know I'm gonna be criticized out there because I don't have the tool and I can't find it. Looks like a 12-pointer. So this is the only way I was able. I rather damage the outside in here than the inside, and it worked. It worked. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna remove these two, so that way I can get it out of the way. And I believe this is the only ones that uses a 12-pointer. Why they do it like that, I have no idea. But you can tell how strange they are, right? Okay, guys. So let's take it off. So we're gonna remove this little plastic cover right here on the back, and I believe right inside there is another bolt. I don't think the camera captured it, but there is another bolt that it has to be removed there also. I'll figure out what size is it right now. The torque wrench to be used in here is a T45, and I'm not quite sure if we have to remove this one. Remember, I'm doing it for the first time, so I'm just learning in here. Whenever I remove the metal cover, that's when I'm gonna find out what had to be removed and what don't. But I'm pretty sure it has to be removed. We're also gonna have to disconnect the wiring from the door, so that way we can take that thing off like as a one piece. But I'm not gonna do that yet. So yeah, I'm gonna take it off. It's almost out. If it falls down, well, we're gonna have to take it out somehow. And it came out. It's the same as the other one, so I don't have to worry about that. Okay, it's almost there. Seems like if it wants to pop out, but not yet. So we still got some more to do, more work. Like this one over here. So let's see what happens. Right here on top, it seems like we have one more cover to reveal, and we're gonna take it out. Yeah, and that's where the other bolt is at, right here. I knew it had to be another one on top. It's right in here, right inside, and it's gonna be a T45 also. So let's get it done. Let's remove it from there, and let's get it done. They're not that tight, guys, so once you get them loose, you can do it with your hand. And once it's completely out, very careful, you can take it off. If it falls down, well, the other one I was able to push it out with this, but not this one. It just fell inside. I'll get it out later. All I want to know is if it's completely loose. So yeah, guys, apparently we have to remove this one right here, and that takes a T20. T20. Okay, I don't know if that one comes off completely. If it does, it was extremely loose. but we're gonna remove it anyway. So what I'm gonna do in here is I'm gonna put a magnet in here to see if I can magnetize it, and then keep getting it out. Or use the magnet to see if I took it out, but it's not coming off. So it probably stays there. So that's out. Yeah. That probably stays there. So we're gonna continue on. Okay guys, so on this step, like I'm telling you, to be able to remove this cylinder, you have to remove that Torx, and to have an idea of how small it is this, I don't know if the camera will capture, but it's a Torx 6. Don't try anything else because it messes up things. I tried thinking that I had a Torx 6 and it wasn't. Now I'm just gonna take it off this is the driver's side, and I just gonna take it off so that way y'all can see. Okay, and here it is. Now this is the deal, guys. I think you gotta be very careful because I heard they put some Loctite on the dealer, which is not a very good idea. Now this, yes, sure enough, it does have Loctite. I can see it. It's not a very good idea to put Loctite. If you mess up this thing, it'll... See, this is the problem, guys. If you go to the Porsche dealer, and try to find this, if you lose it, if it happened that you lose it or you damage it, you're not gonna find it. No matter what, they're gonna show you some schematics and they're gonna tell you it comes with a full piece of a door or whatever. They're just not gonna find it. So be very careful with this set screw. If you want to use it back, it's up to you. I mean, you know, it seems like if this one didn't get damaged, I use the proper tool, which is a Torx 6. And right now, right here, I'm going to put the size of the set screw in case you lose it or damage it. Okay, it's right there. And that's the only way you're going to find it, guys. I don't know if I want to put this one back because I already purchased a set of set screws for the other side, the door that I'm working on it. I just wanted to show you that you need to take this piece apart to continue with the disassemble of the door. Alright guys, so this is it. That's all I wanted to tell you. This is a little piece of set screw that you're not going to find it on the dealer. Probably nowhere. The Torx tool, you can find it on Amazon. It's very cheap price. But please, if you're gonna remove that, you're gonna need this little tool or a Torx 6. That's the measurement. Okay guys, so let's continue on. Once you remove this comes off completely. See that? It's completely out. So that, what it does, it holds this thing in place. And everything should be ready to go, so that way we can remove the metal part or the whole assembly. What I want to do is remove the cable from the cable for the mirror. I want it out because it's hanging there, and I don't like that. I wish I can take this off. So I'm probably gonna take this the tape off. It's like taped off there, and I'm gonna put just brand new tape instead of pulling these because they're gonna break. I know it by heart. Those things, they break, and yeah. So I'm gonna remove that. Yeah. And once one comes out, the other one probably just can slide. But yeah, I'm gonna take all of them and then disconnect it. I'm gonna disconnect it from here, which you push and slides down just like that. And then you gotta take the yellow one too. Which this switch is a little tricky. You have to pull that up. That little thing, you have to pull it up and then push this thing out. So that way it can come out and make this cable free. So that way we can disconnect that. This is a Velcro, so that's no problem. And I'm gonna slide this through. Yeah. And then we remove these two. There all seems to be Velcro. However, yeah, it's not. It's taped. But I'm gonna try to do the best to reuse them. And yeah, I get it out. All right. So the mirror can come out now, and it's not gonna bother us right there anymore. Okay. All right. So basically, that's it. Supposedly this thing needs to come out as one piece. And, I don't know. So guys, I pushed it up and I can see something coming out. I can see that it got loose. And yeah, it's loose on this side. All right, can you see it? So this thing is supposed to come out as a one. Now we have to slide it out somehow, and it's supposed to come out by pushing it up. Okay guys, so there's one more bolt in here that needs to come out. Yep, another T45 has to come out, so that way we can take the whole assembly out. Alright guys, so let's do it. And let's take that off. That's why this thing didn't want to come out. I assuming that once we remove this, the whole door assembly should come out. I really hope so. It's time for us to do the disconnect on the wiring in here. This is a must because this is gonna be pulled out with the whole door, and to disconnect it, there's a little clip, and you push it, and it comes out. It's not that hard. It's just the tight space there what it makes it difficult. And same, the one on top has a little clip, and you pull it out. There's this clip right here on top. You push it and pull it out. There's one more thing that we have to disconnect, and it's this little cable right there. It's the cable that opens the door, and we have to disconnect it. That connects to the little thing inside. I will show you that later. But yeah, you have to disconnect that before, and then try to put it back in. That's where the pain in the rectum is gonna be at. I know it's hard, but it can be done. So now we're ready to remove the door. Okay, for the wiring, I guess the best way to do this is just to push this thing back in, just like I did it, and then well, we're gonna have to pull it out and put it in place. Yeah, this is not easy, guys. So let's see if the door comes out now as a whole unit. And 1, 2, 3. I think the cable is holding it. No, it's not holding it. I think it needs to be pulled out and then slide out. I guess that's the way it's gonna be at. And guys, the whole door assembly is out. It's completely out. We're gonna try then to remove this. The only bad thing is that I have some rainy days. I have some more stuff to do, so I'm gonna try to do it quick in here. But yeah, the whole door came out. We can now remove the or interchange the actuator. Alright guys, so now that I have the door out, in the process of taking the door out, I noticed that these two pieces broke off. One in front, one in the front, and another one right here on top. Now, there are some type of spaces. What is the space there for? I really don't know. I don't know what is it for, but well, it's there for a reason. Now, this is the interesting part. If you go to the Porsche dealer looking for that part, you know, this it goes kind of like this, and it's holding by a ring of plastic, and that ring just broke off. Why? I don't know. It happened when I took the door out. Maybe it was like that already. Maybe not. I really don't know. But if you go to a Porsche and look for it, they're not gonna find. They're not gonna find it. They're gonna tell you that is a part of the door that you probably have to buy the whole door, and that's BS. They were not able to find this part for me. Maybe if you ask for a part from the window frame, maybe they might be able to find it. I don't know. I just asked for a door assembly, and they told me that was part of the door. So, but this is actually part of the window frame. But anyway, I did find the part, and I'm gonna put the part number right here underneath right now. And that's the part number in case you break one of these when you remove the door. Do not buy it online. It's actually more expensive. That's one of the strangest things. You know, in Porsche is about $38, 40 maybe each one. And I want to put it because it was there for a reason. It has to do something. So I'm gonna buy him. I order it, and I'm gonna get there. And I'm gonna show you how to put it on. This is how it looks when it's installed correctly. It's got two little legs right here on the back. Really hard to take off, really. But anyway, it was there for a reason, so we're gonna put it there back. And yeah. So to continue on, this is the door actuator. It actually has this plastic on it that I don't know what it actually do, but it's there. Again, it's one of those things that you don't know what it is for, but it's there, and it just snaps on and it snaps out, just like you saw right now. I took it out, and I'm gonna put it back on. This is the door actuator, as you can see right here. This is the whole thing. There is one of the switches right here that if it doesn't go back, that's the one that it doesn't go back. If it doesn't reset, properly, it will not open. So this is one of the things that it goes out. That's why when you bang the door, you bang it, sometimes it reactivates that little switch, and then it goes back and do the job. This little cable, we have to install it on the new one, and this is the way it comes out. It goes up, and you pull it out, and let's see, just like that. You see, I hope you're seeing it right now. It's kind of dark, but you kind of slide it in, and then you turn it, slide it out. If you think that the cable is damaged, well, you need to order one, because the new one, or at least the one that I got, it didn't came with it, and I got the cable out. So this is what we're going to be putting on. Make sure you put it the same way on the other one, so that way we don't make mistakes. Okay, and we're going to be taking these out. So yeah, okay. Before I continue with the rest of the video, I'm just gonna put this little cable back on, and I just want to show you that you push this thing back. Let me turn on the light to see if it's better. There you go. So you gotta push this thing back. Oh man, the camera won't capture it. Okay guys, so it's time for us to drill the rivets, so that way this part can come off. It's just a piece of plastic holding it, and yeah, we're gonna drill it out so that way we can. I'm gonna use a what is it, 3/16 drill bit, and this is really easy to get. Here goes one, and then here goes the other one. And once you get that drill out, this thing should pop out just like that. Okay, and then you can push the those drills later on. I'll show you how to push them so that way we can get them out of the way. So now we have the little cable right here that we have to disconnect. That's for the handle, and I just want you to see how. So we got this cable that we need to disconnect. Just turn it. See that? Turn it and it pops out. That's how AC comes out, just like that. And then you get it out of the out of here. Okay, so now we have the handle right there, and as you can see with a screwdriver, you pop it out of the way. See, it popped out. This is how we're gonna put it back right there. It goes in the slot. Okay, it goes in the slot so that way you know how to put, just to put it back in. And now it's just a matter of taking it out. This, you have to pass it through there. It has to go through there. Let me see. Okay, so I thought this will come out through the hole right there, but it's not. It seems like if it's one piece all together. So in here, actually, I'm gonna have to drill this out too. Now for now that I'm realizing you may not need to drill this out, guys. So only drill this right here. Drill the one in here. You put a screw right there. You're gonna put a screw, and once you drill it out, it'll pop out just like that. See? And then right here on the bottom, this thing will push, and it will come out just like that. Okay? See that? So this, you don't really need to drill it out. It's just a mess, I mean a waste, but anyway, I did it, so it was my bad. Now I'm gonna put screws on it on all of them, but the one you really need to drill out is the one for the actuator itself. Okay, it goes just standing up like that. This is how it goes, and that's it. We'll do the disconnect in here. To disconnect it, just push this thing down, pull it out, and we got the actuator out. Now we're gonna have to worry about that. I'm gonna put stainless steel bolts there. So we got the actuator now out, and we're gonna work on installing it. All right. Just remember how everything goes. Well, I have it documented in here. All right, guys. Look, let's get it. Okay, guys. So this is what we're gonna be doing. This is the piece of plastic that we removed from the door. Remember when we took the rivets out? Well, this is gonna be in there. So this is what we're gonna be doing in the door, and I just want to show you right now what we're gonna be doing. But we're gonna be putting in, instead of the rivet right here, the one that it had right here, I'm gonna be putting 8 30-second bolt and 5/8 of an inch in length. We're gonna put it on this side. I don't think we need a washer because the small is 2 holes, so we don't need a washer. And on the other side, we're gonna be putting a lock washer, one of these lock washers, and obviously the nut that it comes with the 8 30-second bolts. You know, it comes in a kit like that. This is what I choose to put. You can choose whatever. If you find stainless steel bolts, well, that's even better. Remember, we're gonna have to put this in the door. What it is just that the cable that it comes from the handle, it goes in here, and well, I don't want to remove it from the handle. It's more removal, so I'm just gonna do it right there in the door. I just want to show you right here what we're gonna be doing. Okay, so yeah, it's right here. So I'm gonna have to remove it again and put it back on the door and do what I told you. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna be removing the rivets, the rest of the rivets from the door. So I'm gonna be removing the rest of the rivets out of here, and you can do that by grabbing a pair of dikes and just pulling it, you know, slowly. You don't want to damage the holes even more. Just try to pull it slowly, and you can even just cut it. Remember, this thing is aluminum and it can be easily cut. Got it. Cut one of them. Now we're gonna cut the other one. Now this rivets they put is good quality of rivets, but you don't have to remove it like I told you. You don't have to, but I did it on this video. All right. So what I did, I just pull it a little bit and it just came out. Now we got 2 holes free, so that we can put the bolts that I'm gonna be using. And I'm gonna tell you what bolts we're gonna be using after we install the little plastic. So we got that down, and we can continue on with the installation. Okay guys, so let's get it done. Now the bolts I'm gonna be using for the plastic, it's 12/24s, 1 1/4 inch in length. You can go a little bit shorter than that, but this, it fits perfectly on the hole, and that's what I want. I don't want any sluggish. I don't want any play there. I want it just to fit perfect, just like if it was the rivet that we got on there. So we go, and this is how it goes, and where it goes, right in here. I don't know if you remember, but it goes right in here. Just put it this way because okay. This, it goes right there on the holes. You got 2 of them. Okay, and I'm just gonna screw it in on this side, on each corresponding hole. See, you just we just gotta find the other hole. I don't know where is it, but it's gotta be somewhere in here. I found it, and it just goes there. Okay, so I got the 2 bolts that I'm gonna be installing permanently, And I just want you to see how it goes. All right, this is the cable that I was talking about, that I don't want to disconnect any more stuff. I mean, you know, it's too much stuff. Porsche dealer told me that I got these parts. Now, you know, I got them, and I'm just gonna go and get them tomorrow and install, so we can proceed with the installation of the door. Can't wait to install this door and see how it works. Now I'm gonna show you what to do on the other side. Okay guys, so we're gonna continue on for this next step. I got me some lock washers, but it barely fits in here. I don't think it's the right one, but I got some lock washers, and I'm gonna try to put it in as tight as it can be. And right at the edge, we're gonna put some painting. Well, you can do that after we install the so the lock washer that I bought, it was a little bit too small, guys, but still I'm gonna put it on. You get just the right one. And I put paint right at the edge of the bolt. That makes it permanent. If you don't have Loctite, of course, if you have Loctite, put the red Loctite. If you don't, use paint and it will do exactly the same job. Consider this permanent. Okay guys, so I'm gonna keep tightening it. So I got that nut installed there, very tight, and I'm gonna do the next one. Okay, lock washer, paint at the end, and lock washer. Consider this permanent. Okay guys, all right. Okay guys, I got both bolts on it. Just want you to see the amount of paint that it's under. You can use any kind of paint, oil based, water based, whatever. That acts as a Loctite, and it's really good. It works just as a Loctite. And I just want to show you the plastic. It's over here again, permanent, very strong, just like the way the other one is. And we're gonna go ahead and install the actuator right here, and install the bolt, and putting everything back together basically, and see how it comes out. You know, so far so good, and let's get it done. Okay guys, before I do anything else, the installation of the actuator, the way it goes, I want to install these spacers that broke off. I really don't know how they broke off, like I told you. And this is the part number. Okay, 955-531-34601. Some kind of spacer for the bolt, and this is what it is, guys. It has a little lock, and I really don't know what to do. So I have a piece right there already, which is kind of hard to pull it, so I'm just gonna break it off. And once it's break off, it's real easy to be put on. They have some legs. Yeah. Okay. So I got this one on. Alright, and we have to put the other one, which it's on the other side. The one that it broke off. I'm just gonna put it on the same way I put this one. And we're ready to rock and roll and continue with the actuator. Okay. So I'm gonna go to the other side. And I'm gonna see if, yeah, it's the same thing. It's got the broken pin. We got this one that it's okay in here. All right. And I'm just gonna turn this apart. gonna break it, and I'm gonna install the other one right here. It goes right there. So one more time, I give you the part number, and it's called compensating socket. Compensating. So the name says it all. It's just that I don't know what it compensates to. I guess to the space of, I guess the space to from the door frame. And like I said, I really don't know how they broke either. So maybe when I pull it out, something happened somewhere. So anyway, these two with tax and everything, it cost me about $80. So we do the installation. Remember, it's got two little holes. That's where the legs go. And just pull it inside. All right, you can do it by hand. The other one I did it with pliers, but you can do it by hand. And this is it, guys. I got the spacers on. Now we're gonna continue on with the actuator itself. Okay. All right. Before I install the actuator, I want to show you how the plastic cover goes if you want to put it on there. I know that some people don't like to put the actuator on. I mean the plastic on. I don't know what the heck happened with this. So I got the plastic cover right here, and I got the actuator. Now I want you to take a look at the actuator slots right in here. 1 and 2, and that's where the cover goes, the plastic cover, and it's got 2 pins. This one and this one that it broke off, but I only need one. This is just a cover, and this the way it is goes like that, and this it goes on the outside like this. Wrong. Okay, so here it is. We got the pin, and it goes just like this. Look. This is how it goes. You got the pins right there, one right here, the other one that it broke off, and we got the third one right here, but it doesn't have one, so it just goes on the other side. I mean, just to let you know how it's gonna be on the new actuator when we put it back on. When installing the cable clip or the cable inside the slot in here, it's real easy. These guidings, it goes right in the slot in here, those slots, and this is kind of like a clip. It clips on into that. So now it's time for me to install the actuator, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna retrieve this bolt. I'm gonna leave it on it, and you have to slide it there first, and then we're gonna put the bolt and everything. I mean the nut, lock washer, okay, in there. So let's get it done. Okay, so I'm putting the bolt all the way to the back. Okay, right. So I'm gonna slide this inside, and all right. So this, it goes on top of this, so it's gonna have to come out. Make sure the plastic it stays on that side, okay? So I'm gonna remove the bolt, and this goes in like that. It's all the way. I'm gonna put the bolt, and on the other side, I just want you to see this right here. I'm trying to show you how this thing is going to clip onto it. It's a little bit hard, so I'm going to try to remove it again. So I had to remove the bolt again, so that way this thing, it gets far enough. So I had to use both hands to clip it on. This is how it goes, guys. I want you to see it. I have to use both hands just to clip it on. Okay. Now I don't know if you remember, but the cable, well, you kind of have to bend it so that will fit on the slot. Oh man, this is so good. Okay, I hope you have a better view there. You gotta kind of bend it, stick it in there, and there you go. See? Gotta bend it and stick it in there. Now we're gonna slide it the way it is, the way it goes, and that's where we're gonna put the bolt in here and continue with the installation. Okay. So the bolt is the one that is gonna guide it to where it's supposed to be. And it goes in there. It's kind of hard to work with one hand. So I put the bolt, okay, right there. Now I'm gonna put the washer, lock washer, paint, and the nut on that side, so that will be a permanent job, kind of like the rivet, but probably better. So I got myself a lock washer, and I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna install it right in there. I got it, see? All right, now I got the nut, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the nut, hold it with my finger, and I'm gonna use the drill to drill it. The only thing is that I cannot hold it with my hands, but this is what I'm gonna do, look. Alright, and it got in there. But before I throw it all the way in, I'm gonna put some paint. I'm gonna put a drop of paint right in between the lock washer, and that will make a permanent job, alright? And that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay guys, I'm gonna put a little drop of paint right where I told you, right there. See, now that's ready, and I'm gonna tighten this up, and this, you can call this thing a permanent job. Okay, the paint will prevent this thing from coming out, plus the lock washer is just gonna be a permanent job. So we're gonna go ahead and proceed and install the electrical. Okay, we got the electrical, and we're almost ready to install the door. Okay, all we have to do is install the plastic. And we're ready to rock and roll with the door and see what it comes out. We got the spacers, we got everything. Everything looks good. Everything looks in the spot. A brand new actuator. It shouldn't give you a problem for another 10 years. So let's see what happens. Okay, guys. So it's time to put the plastic cover to the actuator, and all you have to do is slide it in and make sure that it lands on the slots. And that's it. It's pretty much in there. Yep. Plastic cover is under. Make sure this cable is sticking out like that. And we're pretty much ready to install it. Okay, guys. All right. So we're done with the installation of the actuator. Now we got to install the door on its place, guys. All right, so let's do it. Okay, guys, I came over to inspect the door just to see if everything was okay on the inside, if I didn't have any broken parts. Now, before installing the doors, I highly gonna recommend you to buy a magnetizer or to use a magnetized T-Torx, because this is where the bolt goes. You know, once you put the door in here, you're not gonna see that, only the hole right here. And if it falls in there, you're not gonna get it back. It's just gonna stay here. There's a place where it falls right here, and it doesn't fold all the way down. It doesn't let it. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it stays there. And let me show you again. Look, yeah, it just stays there. Somewhere in here, it gets stuck. It would be nice if it falls all the way down, but it didn't. It just stays there. So a magnet will do the trick. Okay, I highly recommend that. So that way you don't run into any problems. We got the door ready to install, and I just wanted to show you this, and let's get it done. All right, guys. So I have the door outside ready to be installed. As right now, I'm doing a final checkup just to see if everything is in place and everything ready to go. Trying to see if I didn't forget anything. Seems like if everything is connected, wires and everything is supposed to be in place. The plastic, everything. I got the those spacers and everything is ready to go. So yeah, I'm gonna make an attempt to install it, and the way this is gonna go is that I'm gonna try to put it to put the actuator part first, and then I'm gonna try to pull the wiring through here, and then put the door in place. So I'm gonna see if I can record these, because I don't have nobody to help me out, but I'm gonna try to do it. Okay, guys, so I got the door, which I'm gonna try to put in, and as I was telling you, I'm gonna try to get the Okay, so I've got the door more or less inside. Is not quite there yet. See, remember that this gasket, it goes through the inside? I mean through the outside? And that's what the plastic thing is for, so that way it can go through the inside. Also, remember to bring the wiring that you cannot see through there, but the wiring that it goes on the inside. Later on we might be able to rest this where it belongs, but first I have to pass the cable through this hole. Somehow I'm gonna have to be able to manage to push the cable, grab it, and bring it out here. That's an important step. So I'm gonna find out how to do it. Okay guys, so with the tool that it came with the Porsche, I was able to grab the cabling and try to push it up, so that way I can get it at least through here. See that? Now I got it. See, and I can pull some wirings and pull the wirings through here. See, we got all three wirings, and this, it goes on the outside. This is part of the outside, so it's gonna be pushed out. There's one more wiring that needs to come out. And all of this, it goes out like this. Yeah, I have to put it back in. But at least I got this part, in which you can pop it out like that. And it stays like that in place. See that? Alright, so we got that. So now that we have that, we can rest the door in its place where it belongs to, which is right there. And the way to find out if you got it, you look through the holes, and they're all match. So that means that we're on it. We're right on place. Okay, guys? So I got the door. I got the door in. I'm gonna put this piece of plastic that it fell from here. Right back in place. And once I have it there, well, I'm gonna start making the connections. Okay, I got all three connected. Oh, this, all you have to do is pop it in place. And we got the wiring connected. I'm still gonna have to pull that out somehow, so without breaking it. I should have taken it off. I'm so dumb. Anyway, I should have taken it out before, but anyway, well, you know. Guys, we got a door installed. So now we have to install these bolts right here. Remember? We're gonna install them, and remember, you don't want these things to fall down, because you have to take the whole door out again, and that's not something that you really want. Okay? Okay guys, so before we continue doing the installation and putting bolts and everything, there is something that y'all guys need to, it's one of the hardest parts. It's that stupid little cable inside. I don't think the camera will capture it, but it's right there, facing up. So I'm gonna have to bring that cable with a hook and bring it over here, so that way I can catch it and put it right where it belongs, which is on that little spot right there. Okay guys, so that wire, that cable, it had a tendency to go up instead of staying to the side. That's what we need. So this is how the improvisation will work. We need to bring that wire this way. So we're just gonna make a little hook in here, just like that. See? And we're gonna bring that cable. We're gonna try to bring that cable. It's just that the camera, I don't think the camera is gonna be able to capture to see what I'm talking about. The wire is way down there, and what I'm trying to do is to catch that wire and bring it over here. See what I'm talking about? Okay guys, so I was able to bring it up. I was able to bring that wire, that cable, through here. Now we have to put it in place where it belongs, which is right there. Let me see if the camera captures. It's too bad the camera, but it goes right there inside. See that? It goes right there. It catches the fat, the belly part of the device. It goes towards the inside. See, I want to see if the light will capture it. It goes towards the inside and it hooks to the wiring right there. Okay, so that's how it goes. Okay, so we got it under. So continuing with the installation, I want to install these two bolts first, and yes, somehow you're gonna have to manipulate this. Right now I'm using a wrench, so that way I can put the bolt, at least to put the bolt. Yeah, right there. I don't want to tighten it all the way down yet, but I just want to leave it in place. I'm gonna put the bottom one first, and then the top one. Somehow the top one is giving me a little bit of a hard time. It's moving out of its place, and yeah, but you see what I'm talking about. I'm trying to push this to where it belongs, and then I'm gonna put the bolt. Can't do it with two hands, but see right there. You don't want to put nothing crooked. Okay, so I got it in place. I got both of them. I just want it. I'm not gonna tighten it right now. I'm gonna put the rest of the bolts, and what I want is just to keep it there in place. Okay. Okay, guys. So using a T45, a torque. I guess I believe it's called torque. We're gonna put the two outer ones, the ones from the outside part of the door. This is which you don't have too much problems. If it fails right there, and you can pick it up real quick. And let's do it by hand first. All right. And we're just gonna do it by hand. I don't wanna tighten them up all the way. None of them yet. Okay, I wanna have them just snug as per right now. Now I'm gonna do the bottom one. The bottom one, which is right in here. I'm gonna do the same thing. You have to kind of squeeze it a little bit and then it kind of locks in place. And I think that's what the spacers are for. So that way they don't fail. That was pretty smart. I didn't know what they were, but if you pushed it in, if you push that in, the bolt will lock in place and it will not fall. Let me see if I can reach this with my hands, which I am not. So here we're gonna have to use a little trick. You can magnetize it, or I show you what will be best or better than magnet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a little piece of tape, regular tape. I'm gonna make a hole through in the middle, in which it didn't work. So look guys, what I'm doing, I'm trying to put tape all the way around it. It just didn't work because I'm doing it with one hand, but I'm gonna try to do it better. So I did the same thing with the bottom, just that a little bit less tape, so that way it'll be a little less harder to remove it. And all you have to do is try to find the hole, and once you find it, this thing is not gonna go nowhere, and you're ready to tighten them up. I'm gonna put the extension and keep tightening it. So now that I got the inner bolts tight, I'm gonna do the outside ones too. I'm just gonna tighten them up. I'm just gonna push the frame a little. I'm gonna push the frame a little to the inside, and I'm gonna tighten it. Okay guys, so it's time to put the 9 bolts that it goes all the way around the door. Remember, I believe it's a T30, the one, but now I'm gonna use a drill bit to make it a little bit faster. And I'm not gonna tighten them up, I'm just gonna put them in first, and then we're gonna tighten them up really good. And yeah, remember that we put it on a little bag, so I got all of them right there. And yeah, so we have to go all the way around, all the bolts, to secure the door. Yeah, a drill bit, a power tool, it definitely, I had a suggestion. One of those guys suggested me to get a power tool, and I just did it. Okay. I got this one round. So I'm just gonna try to. Okay. And yeah, so let's put all 9, okay? So once you got all the screws in place, just go ahead and tighten them up all the way around. So next I'm gonna throw the mirror, but first I'm gonna clean it a little bit and I'm gonna see if that's a light. Well guys, before I continue, I was gonna do the mirror, but I decided that I'm gonna change the light bulb. Believe it or not, these mirrors, they have a light right underneath, so I'm gonna work on that. But before I continue, I need to cut off these 2 long bolts. Remember, that was from the plastics. I'm gonna cut it off. So we got those 2 things off. Okay, and we're ready to continue putting the rest. Now I'm gonna tell you something, guys. When I put the door back in here, these bolts, it seems like if they were they were not aligned, and I kind of worry about it. But you don't have to worry about it. Once you put the bolts in here, this thing will align the whole thing. It will get a sturdy door in place, and it will align all the holes. These holes there's for the to hold the panel, the door panel inside. So now we're getting there. We got these 2 cut off. I'm gonna be working on the mirror before I continue on installing the whole thing, because I want to do everything. The door is out. I want to do everything possible. Whatever I find that is broken or it needs to be fixed, I'm gonna fix it. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. To install the mirror back on, I changed the light bulb. If you want to see the video on how to change the light bulb, well, you're more welcome to see it. I'm gonna make a video for it. So what we're gonna do first is just to throw the wiring through there. I'm gonna make sure that all the wiring goes safe. And obviously this goes like this. We had to put it like that. And did you hear the snap on? Okay. This is what happened in here. The clip, it just grabbed through the inside, and now we're ready to put the bolts, the corresponding bolts that it goes there. Remember this, these cables, they go like this. There's one, and I'm just gonna put some new new tape grabbing this, so that way it won't be no flying there. Okay. I'm gonna get the bolts for the mirror and install it, and I'll be right back. All right, so using a T30, we're gonna put the bolts for the mirror. Yep. I'm gonna put all 3 of them. There's only 3. I forgot to mention that if you see this a little bit loose, it's because we haven't connected cable right here on the inside. Once this is pulled, once this is straight, it will be good. And but yeah, We're in the process of putting the last bolt for the mirror. And obviously we have to tighten. So obviously we have to tighten these up. Don't overdo it. Remember on the other side we have plastic. We don't want to break anything. You cannot be loose either. You can measure your force. Okay. Alright, so we got the mirror. Now as the next thing, before I continue, I'm gonna try to put the wiring back to where it was. I don't know if you remember this, but it was very organized like this. And that's what I'm gonna try to do. Also, I'm gonna make the connection, which it was. Also, we have to make the connections, but not yet. Okay, so it's time for me to connect this wiring right here, which it goes on the window itself module. I think you remember, and it goes just like that. Bingo, we got this. Also, we have to connect this little buddy right here, which it goes right in here. Let's see. You see how it has a little channel? It has to go right like that. Yeah, just like that. And then we can put this back where it belongs on the channel, right there. Okay. So now we got this wiring hooked up. All I need to do is put this back where it belongs, right here. And we're getting there. It's getting in order. I just want to show you how the mirror came out. Right. Everything looks good on the outside. Okay. And we got the door. When I took the door out, this ring came out, and this ring is from the speaker itself. And it goes like this. However, I'm not gonna put it right now, not yet. So I just want to show you where we're at. Okay, guys. So it's time to put the set screw in here. Remember the 2mm set screws, and I got them right here. I got a bunch of them. They're pretty cheap. Why am I putting these instead of the original ones? Well, the Torx, it has more, the Torx screws, they have more probability to get damaged. This is a set screw. The Allen wrench goes deeper, giving, by the way, this is a number 2mm Allen wrench. It goes deep. It goes deeper, giving you more chance to, if it gets screwed, it gives you a chance to pull it out. And we're just gonna put the set screw right here. I am not using Loctite like they did. Set screw did just fine. Right, it's in there. You got really tight. And like I say, if you messed up the set screw, it's a lot more chances to pull it out than the Torx. The Torx is, it doesn't have the hole very deep, and if you messed up, you messed up. Well, I'm gonna put the other side, and because I show you how to do it from the other side, and I'm gonna put the new one. Guys, once we put the set screw in here, it's time to tighten it. This one, remember, there was a torque 20. Now this little piece of cover, I can put it on right now. We don't need it no more. And I think this thing is just self-explanatory. It just goes up and then it pops in. Now we got the cover on. Okay. All right, guys. We're almost done with the door assembly as a unit. We're almost done, and all we have to do is just put the outside part of the or the inner part of the door. Okay, guys. So it's time for me to install the wiring the way it was, but instead of putting tape or that Velcro, I'm just gonna put some zip ties. Or yeah, that's how it's called. I'm gonna put some zip ties right here. I think the zip tie, it's better, and it will do the same as the other one. I mean, this is just to keep it on track. Remember, it's not like if it has to be there, but if it was there, it was for a reason. So let's. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna put some zip locks right here and down here, the way it was. Okay, and I'll come back to you. Okay, guys. So I have the zip locks right there. So all I'm gonna do is just cut them off. And that's it, man. I got them right there. It's not gonna go nowhere. And yeah, so the final step in here is just to put the door panel, and the job is done. It'll be completely done. And so let's finalize it. I'm gonna make sure everything. I have to remove this pin right here. I gotta remove it, and very careful. And let's get it done. So we're almost there, okay, guys? All right, guys. So for the pin, I'm just sticking like a little knife, and I'm trying to pull it without breaking it. Hopefully it won't break, so that way I can reuse it. Once it's a little bit out, maybe try with the little pliers just to pull it. Or maybe with thick part of the pliers, which it has more. There you go. And it popped out. There it is. All right. Did it get damaged? No, but this is the pin. Alright, guys. So we're gonna put it back on the door panel, and we are ready to install the panel itself. I got everything else. I gotta do the connections. Remember that this goes in here. This, as you can see, it has slots right there, and the bigger slot, well, it has to go in there. All right, and we're gonna go and get the panel. Okay, so I got the door panel right behind the seat right here, and it seems like if there's two missing pins, but I only found one, so we're gonna put the pin inside of one of them. It just goes like that. Seems like if one is missing, and I don't see it nowhere. Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe somebody tried to pull it, and let's see. I don't remember taking it. Okay, if you remember, I disconnect the bottom one. Big mistake. You don't have to. Okay. I already connected back, and then all of this. Well, this one it goes in the door, and the other one connects right in there. Okay. So the very first thing we got to do, or what I am going to do, is that I'm going to plug this into place where it belongs. I don't know if the camera captured it, but this it goes right under the window actuator. And then this alright, so this the one that is short, it goes to the speaker, the top speaker on the door, or I say more, it's a tweeter. And then we got one more. Sorry about that. And that one connects to, ouch. So this long wire that we got in here, it hooks up to this light that it goes right underneath. It's really hard for the camera to capture it because okay, so for this, the best thing to do is to pop out the light, bring the wire, connect it, and put it back in. That's the easiest way to fix that. I made a mistake to connect this to the tweeter speaker because the door fell and it broke. Anyway, now here comes the best part. I don't think this is going to be able to capture it, but this is the door handle. and I'm holding it with 2 hands, but I want you to see how this thing okay. It's right there. So you put this inside and turn it. That's already locked. You see that? Now it's the time to put this back in place in here. And this, it goes, let's see. So that belly part, it goes underneath. It has a channel. Yeah, I need to show you this, but well, it has a channel and it locks in place right there. It's really hard for me to record it with one hand. So now it's a matter of putting the door panel back on in place, and I started to put it on the top. And I want to make sure that everything fits right and properly. And if you think you got it just right, like sitting on top, and let me see this one, it doesn't look too good. See? So I think I got everything where it belongs, and now it's just a matter of push the pins in, and same thing right here. See where the pins are at, and I believe there's another one over here. And then it's just a matter of putting the screws and bolts, the one we took out for the door. Okay. Okay guys, so remember that we're using a T30 to put the screws back on, and we're gonna start it. Okay, so I got one. Gonna go to the next one. The next one that I'm gonna put is right in there. The only concern that I have is the tweeter switch that it broke. I should have put tape, but I didn't, but it's all, well, anyway. So I got the next one in. Now these screws, guys, or bolts, whatever you want to call them, it has a little narrow tip, and that's pretty smart, just in case the holes, they're not aligned too well. It should be completely aligned, but just in case, that's what they are in, like in a pointy shape. So I'm gonna go in with the next one, which was that one on top. This one right here. This one, this bolts, it makes a really tight, it makes the door panel very secure to the door frame. It makes it really steady and good. All right. So we're getting there. And we are down to the last bolt, which is right here. It's on this one. And everything seems to be coming together really good. Okay. Alright. So now we put those bolts. Now the only thing we have left is the bolts on the bottom. And those are these. I don't know if you remember them. It's this right here on this little bag. This one's. Let's see, yeah, these two. And let me see if that's a T30. I don't think so, but I will check. No, that's not a T30. Let me check what it is and put the bolts on the bottom. Okay. Okay guys, so we're ready to put the bolts on the bottom, and for this we're using a T20, a Torx 20, and we're just gonna put it back in. This is to secure the bottom part. Alright. So yeah, so I got one, and I gotta put the other one, which is where the other one goes. Let me see, and yeah, here it goes, right here, guys. Right there. Yeah. So yeah, it goes right here. Yeah. And we're all set, guys. We are done with we're done with the door. I don't know if it is. It looks a little bit separated, and I don't know what it is, but I guess that's the way it was. Now we have to put the trim back on, and this is base and nothing but clips. So you pushed it in with the clips, and this one is also hold with clips. Gotta put it in place. You don't even have to use that much of a force. And last but not least, we have to put the trim in here, and which also so here the trick is just to pull it down, pull it from here, and then stick it in. We got the door, guys. We got everything set. Everything came out pretty smooth without any complications, except the little speaker switch that it broke. We're gonna put these covers right here, and I'm gonna put the other one right in front. I guess it doesn't matter, it was missing a couple of them, so I might get those later on. We also had to put this little cover, which it goes, where it goes, this cover, I kind of forgot where it goes. And so I was looking in the wrong place. This one, it goes on the end of here, just like that. There you go. That's it. This is how it goes in here, right in the corner. Okay, it's a cover. And alright, so we finished the door. The door actuator is changed. Kind of messed up a little bit in here. I'm gonna fix that later on with a little bit of paint. But the door is fixed. It closes without any major problems and it opens up. Now we have to test it out with the battery on and see if it opens from the inside. And we're done, guys. If you like this video, please bring the thumb up and turn on that bell so that way you can see the rest of my videos. I have hundreds of them. Alright guys, I hope you liked it and I hope it will help you out on your next project. This is from 1 to 10, I'll probably give it a 7. Do I think it's easier than taking the rivets out? I am not quite sure of that. What I can tell you that is once the whole unit is out, you can manage to work on the actuator itself easier. So yeah, that part it's probably true. Alright guys, we'll see you next time.